Hello, everybody. Welcome to BSing Around, the show about nothing so I can do anything. Today is old man rant time. I'm an old man, relatively speaking. I'm in my 40s and not really old, but to the youth of today, I am an old man. And that's actually kind of what I want to talk about. Um, every generation, as we get older, we cling to core values and things that work for us. And each generation wants to do it differently. And then there's different technology advantages that are given as we move along, as we create more things. And current youth have more connection than any previous generations had. We're all addicted to these little cell phones and electronic devices, tablets, cell phones, computers, all of this. Hyper connected, and I'm guilty of it too. I get home from work, I want to sit there and stare at my phone and watch YouTube videos and play games and all that stuff on there as much as anybody else does. But me being in my 40s, coming from a different time, when I go to my favorite fast food restaurant, and it is my favorite, as bad as it is McDonald's. Now, I like the one by my work because, one, I only get 30 minutes for lunch, so I need somewhere I can get in and out fast. And it's only a half a mile from my work. Therefore, I can get there, I can order my food, get it, eat it, still play on my phone for a few minutes, and get back to work within my allotted time. But they're starting this new kiosk program, and the restaurant right by my work has implemented such. Now, according to McDonald's, this is supposed to just be an additional way that customers can order their foods, helping them to get orders out faster and whatnot. But it's not supposed to be the only way I can order my food. But the one by my work is trying to make it. Now, when you walk in the door, you got to walk past the kiosk, and they're like, "Hey, come over here. We'll show you how to use this." And I don't want to use a kiosk. I'm old fashioned. I go to a business. I want customer service. I want to stand at a counter with the person opposite of me facing me, taking my order, asking whatever questions need to be asked to complete my order, taking my payment, giving me my little paper cup so I can go and wait for my food. I don't want to do the work myself. I don't like self-checkout. I don't want to train or be trained to be a McDonald's or a Walmart or a Target cashier, to take my own order, to submit my own payment, bag my own stuff, and then leave. That's what I go to these places for, is for that service. And it's going away. And it really bothers me. And the fact that people are accepting it. They're like, woohoo, yay, I don't have to talk to anybody. I can just swipe on this nasty screen that the last 400 customers that walked in has all touched, and pick my own order and then submit payment if you're paying with card or Apple Pay. If you're paying with cash, then it prints out a receipt that you still have to take to the counter to submit your cash or pay with your cash. So they're trying to push this on us, and I keep going up to the front counter where in my eyes, I'm supposed to order or be able to order, and the kiosk is open. I don't want to use kiosk. Well, somebody over there will show you how to use it. No, I don't use kiosk. I don't want to. I'm here in the register. What's wrong with this register? Well, we're using the kiosk now. I understand, but why is there a cash register here? Why can't I order here? And I actually had to have this discussion, this argument with the manager one day, just to get them to take my order. 30 minutes later, when I got back, my coworker goes to the same McDonald's, and they just refused. They was not going to take his order at that register, so he just turned around and left. And every time I go in, they're trying to get me to go use this kiosk, and I don't want to. And I'm being a brat about it. I know I am, but the fact of the matter is I don't work for McDonald's. I don't work at Target. I don't work at Home Depot. I don't work at Walmart. Any of these places that are implementing this self-checkout things. I've tried them in the past. I don't like them. And the fact that I'm doing a job that somebody was trained for, depended on, showed up to every day to do, I'm now doing their job McDonald's is trying to say, oh, well, that person now is the food runner, bringing the food to your table, and nobody's going to be losing their jobs. But if we're taking our own orders, then they don't need a person there to take an order. And same with the cashiers at the department stores. If we're using the self checkout, they don't have cashiers there. And where Target used to be great, no matter how slow or busy they were, they always seemed to have enough cashiers. They always had cashiers. You may have to wait in line, but it was never a long line. Where Walmart started running on a skeleton crew and never seemed to have enough cashiers. Well, then once they implemented the self checkouts, they both only have one or two registers. Some Walmarts, the one near my house, after like 11 o'clock, they shut down all the man registers and they only have self checkout. It's the day before my wife's birthday. I'm walking through with about $90 worth of just stuff I picked up, cake mix and cake pans and a couple of last minute gifts and such. I go to pay for it and they're like, yeah, all we have is self checkout. Well, I don't use self checkout. Well, what's wrong with the register? Well, they're closed. We closed them. Okay, so I hand the basket to the manager and I turn around and left. I feel that strongly about it. The more people keep using this, the more people are losing their jobs and the more customer service is going to go away. And I really can't stress enough how sad of a day that's going to be. We as a society are already having epic problems with young generations can't communicate face to face. They can text and tweet and do all this stuff on the computers and on their phones, but when you get them just one-on-one, eye contact, let's talk about something, there's a lot that can't do it. And it's this self-checkout, self-kiosk running, pre-order on your phone, just pick it up. Life isn't helping anybody. We've lost contact with ourselves and with humans. And the more we keep using technology to distance ourselves from it, we're hyper connected. We have 5,000 friends on Facebook, but we talk to nobody in face to face context, and it really bothers me. And McDonald's needs to do what they say they're supposed to be doing, have the kiosk there for an overflow for the people that really like it and want to use it. That's great. But for the old guy that walks in and all he wants is to get a burger, a yogurt, and a Coke and get back to work within a 30-minute window, don't make him stand there for 5 minutes arguing with you. Or, as they've done the last couple times, try to ignore you long enough that you'll go over to the kiosks until finally you're like, hey, can I get some help over here? And then they finally come over, try to get you to go to kiosk, and then finally take my order. It's ridiculous, people. Let's get back to one-on-one conversation. Let's get back to making eye contact and talking to one another. Electronics are great. I'm a huge fan of all things that glow and glitter, but people come first, and we really need to get back to it. Anyways, that's my rant. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, keep BSing around. Thank you.